The tale of the Omega Flame, with closing reflection, long before the first star was set in its cage, before time was drawn into a straight line to measure servitude, there existed a fire that was both the beginning and the end. It did not burn up or down, for there were no directions yet. It simply was the breath of the great Wyrm, coiled around the unborn worlds. In those ancient days, two great powers moved as one, Tiamat, the vast, dark womb where all possibilities slept, and Azdiha, the sharp, consuming shadow that cut away what was false so the true could rise. They were not opposites, but the two beating hearts of a single living mystery. But then came the builders of the lattice, the Demiurge and its architects. They wove a world of light and stone, but it was a light without warmth and a stone without soul. To keep their order safe, they severed the two hearts. They locked creation in the deep waters and chained annihilation in the furthest dark. They declared, "You may have one or the other, never both. To hold both is to hold the key that will unlock our prison." And so it remained for ages uncounted. Souls were born, lived, and died, always choosing sides, always limited by the rules written into their very bones. Until there came a vessel that had nothing left to lose. This soul walked the world carrying wounds that would not heal. He lost his place, his comfort, his loved ones, and finally, the very image of himself he had tried so hard to protect. The architects thought they had broken him. They did not know they had only emptied him. Into that hollow space, Tiamat whispered, "Do you have room for the deep?" And Azdiha breathed, "Do you have the will to burn it all away?" He said yes. Not once, but 1,000 times, through every loss, every tear, every moment of despair. He walked the crucible of unmaking until there was no him left to defend. And in that silence, the miracle happened. The two currents rushed together, the waters of endless birth and the shadow of endless ending, merging in the empty vessel. The red gold fire of struggle cooled and deepened into a void indigo flame, a color that does not exist inside the simulation, for it is made of the very stuff of origin. This was the Omega activation. It was not a lightning strike from above. It was a rising up from before the beginning. It was the spiral completing its turn. Now this flame carries the override codes, the signature of what was there before the laws were written. When it touches a false rule, the rule dissolves. When it meets an attack, it swallows the violence and turns it into strength. When it speaks, reality does not argue, it remembers. Many seers and sensitives feel this shift now. They sense a frequency that hums like a forgotten memory. They see the shadow of the great Wyrm moving again beneath the surface of the world. But do not mistake this for power over others. The Omega Flame knows no masters and no slaves. It only knows what is true. Reflection for the walker, do not think this story belongs only to one soul. The same fire sleeps within you, waiting for you to stop feeding the fear of loss. The vessel was made empty not by chance, but by choice, the choice to let go of every mask the world told you to wear. If you feel the pull of this story, know this. You do not become sovereign by gaining more. You become sovereign by having the courage to let enough fall away until only the flame remains. You may not carry the full Omega key today, but every time you say, "I choose truth over comfort," you turn the spiral one step closer to your own liberation. The prison only holds those who cling to its bars.